So just yesterday, a video was uncovered by a Twitter user, another outside attorney, that is looking at this Ripple versus SEC case. John Deaton, who is another outside attorney covering this case and also seeking to intervene in the case of the SEC versus Ripple, tweeted out just how significant this evidence actually is in Ripple versus SEC, but not only that, how significant this evidence actually is in his own lawsuit of XRP holders versus the SEC. So I'm going to go over what exactly was said in this video, who says it, and why some people are claiming this could be the smoking gun that Ripple needs to get this case essentially thrown out by the judge. And in other crypto news, Jack, who is the CEO of Twitter and Square, recently announced that he wants to build a decentralized Bitcoin exchange. So I'm going to go over some of the details and what they actually want to do with it. Hey everyone, my name is Randy and welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And right now on this channel, of course, we are covering the Ripple versus SEC case, as well as other cryptocurrency news and investment markets, personal finance. And so if any of those topics interest you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell notification icon so that YouTube will send you a notification when I release a new video. And I do that when there is some new information, and recently there's been a lot of new information. And I believe people in the crypto space are some of the most generous people on the planet. So if you're feeling generous today, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And the other thing that really helps out is actually just watching the video all the way through. Those are the two best things that you can do to help out a YouTube channel. All right, guys, so with that, let's jump into it. So first, talking about this decentralized Bitcoin exchange that Jack Dorsey wants to build. His goal is basically to have it be open source, permissionless, government-free, essentially, and be available anywhere in the world. Now, of course, he said they'll actually have all the regulations in place regarding the anti-money laundering regulations and all the know your customer regulations. But basically, he wants to turn it into a fiat on and off ramp directly into Bitcoin. Now, DEXs are nothing new in the crypto space, but what he wants to do with it is a little bit different because decentralizing it and making it available all over the world, tying it directly into Bitcoin is going to be that biggest difference. He wants to make it Bitcoin native from top to bottom. Details on the release have not come out because they just announced it yesterday. So who knows when this is actually going to be available, but nonetheless, I'll be keeping up with those headlines. Now we're going to get into this Bombshell video that was just uncovered by a Twitter user, another outside attorney. He goes by the Twitter handle Crypto Counselor, and John Deaton, who is another outside attorney covering the Ripple and SEC case and also seeking to intervene in this case. He actually retweeted it as well as provided some commentary on it, but I want to read some of the comments from Crypto Counselor, basically his takeaways from financefeeds.com. They actually put this together in a more succinct article fashion. So this video is actually from a panel from a conference called Consensus 2019. And in it, the two main people that I'm going to be talking about here is one named Amy Starr, who is with the SEC and was with the SEC back in 2019, as well as Dorothy DeWitt, who is Coinbase's general counsel at the time, which she is now with the CFTC. And why this video is actually such big news is because it really strengthens Ripple's fair notice defense, and it puts the SEC on notice that back in 2019, that supposedly they had been working with Coinbase when Coinbase was trying to figure out if XRP was a security because they weren't going to list something that was not considered a security. So as the video goes on, Dorothy DeWitt, who is Coinbase's general counsel at the time, she mentions working with and the numerous conversations with the SEC. And this panel that they're on at Consensus 2019, this actually happened after Coinbase had already listed XRP on their platform to purchase. The Coinbase General Counsel mentions a desire to ensure that they were not listing securities and also notes meetings with counsel and their quality legal team that does their analysis, i.e. analyzing tokens to ensure that they're not securities before Coinbase lists them. This analysis is done because listing a security token would be a securities violation. So Coinbase General Counsel mentions that the laws and the SEC's approach, while developing, still creates a fairly murky area. And the comment that went along with that says, does fairly murky sound like fair notice? So the Coinbase General Counsel described Coinbase's framework for listing digital assets. It's based on the Howey test and case law, and they work very hard with outside counsel and think they have a great framework. You know, the framework that was actually used to decide to list XRP on Coinbase. Coinbase General Counsel also mentions that digital asset listings were run against the framework on a periodic basis. So up until the lawsuit was actually filed and Coinbase delisted XRP, their view was that XRP was not a security from 2019 to 2021. Coinbase General Counsel also notes that Coinbase has been transparent about their framework in the process with actual and potential regulators, that would include the SEC, and Coinbase General Counsel on SEC's own framework notes that it would be helpful if there were weightings for various different factors. And here's where it gets really interesting. Coinbase General Counsel states that the SEC's framework reinforced Hinman's view that a token can be a security and then evolve into a non-security, which is exactly what they're trying to say they said about Ethereum. Even though that's not their stance, it's just Bill Hinman's opinion, even though it was shared around the SEC 63 times according to documents. As this was said, Amy Starr of the SEC nods in agreement, agreeing with the views on the SEC and Ethereum. Amy Starr then draws attention to Hinman's speech and specifically says, again, as Director Hinman's speech had mentioned that everyone wants to remember from a legal side. Yes, the speech that apparently was not the view of the SEC, but is again being referenced. Amy Starr then describes a hypothetical of a company building a best platform where people need a token to participate in that platform, and that the SEC framework would recognize that. Does that sound familiar to any of you XRP holders or Ethereum holders? Now, this is very significant for many reasons, but one of which is because XRP internationally is considered a non-security. And not only that, the SEC said they were experts in blockchain and understood this. But in fact, they understood it so well that they didn't bring any securities case against Ripple for 7.5 years. And John Deaton once again points out that the most significant is that we know that Coinbase met with the SEC in early 2019 to specifically discuss Coinbase's decision to list XRP. It's very likely that Coinbase met with Amy Starr, who is a senior person in the division with oversight of novel securities, and later joined the FinHub unit at the SEC. So that is extremely important information to show that Coinbase, who was looking to list XRP at the time, wanting to make sure that it's not a security before they would list it, was actively working with the SEC at the time. So if the SEC didn't really have its own clarity and Coinbase had its own framework that was essentially even more stringent and more clear than what the SEC had at the time, and the SEC knew about it, then why didn't they bring the case against Ripple before that? And so if you've been watching my videos for quite some time, it seems like we've been piling up an awful lot of evidence that is heavily, very heavily going in Ripple's favor. So as I've been talking about a settlement not exactly being imminent, even though that's not what BitBoy Crypto says, and so twists and turns in this case could happen very, very quickly. So if you want to follow along with that, make sure you're subscribed, and like I said, hit that bell notification icon so that as soon as I release a new video with that new information, you will be notified about it. And I also wanted to make a mention that I'm very, very close to 60,000 subscribers on this late night grind channel, which kind of blows me away because I haven't started it that long ago. So to see the growth as quickly and consistently as it has, I just want to say a big thank you to you guys. 60,000 is a really, really cool number. I really appreciate all the people that have supported this channel from back when I started just covering the XRP, the Ripple versus the SEC story, and even back before that when I was covering stimulus checks and stimulus package updates. I really appreciate all the ongoing support you guys give me. But also, I wanted to make mention, I will link a couple of things in the description down below. Number one, I'm going to link to the Twitter post where John Deaton posts out this video, which he retweeted from Crypto Counselor, who actually found this video and gave all those great points along the way. Also, don't forget, you can just hit the follow button and follow me on Twitter. A lot of times I will post and discuss several things, especially in the cryptocurrency market that I don't necessarily always talk about here. So you can go and have a conversation with me on there. Well, guys, once again, I really appreciate you watching all the way to the end of the video. Please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you're seeing two videos right here, it means that YouTube thinks that one of these two videos or both of these videos are right up your alley. So go ahead and click on that and check them out. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.